I said before that Sean Field was saying it can all be done with intention and breath. Okay? And I think that's really the crux of the matter. The story that really tuned me into this was, I think in '86 or '87 at the West Coast Conference. And one of the old-time dowsers, water dowsers, was doing a demonstration of moving underground water veins. And the reason for that is that here in California we have a lot of earthquakes, and quite often after earthquakes, the water veins, underground water, move. And so you may have perfectly wonderful water in your well, earthquake comes along, and all of a sudden there's iron or sulfur or something in it because a water vein has been moved into your well. And so they started to develop this technique a long time ago of moving those. And that's really an earth acupuncture technique. And that's kind of where I started to learn, is how to move those with the rebar and all this stuff. Okay, so this guy at the conference was doing a demonstration for everybody, and they had us, they doused out an underground water vein. He had his reinforcing bar and his hammer, sledgehammer, and all this stuff ready. Everything was set up. He had everybody douse where the underground water was and stand. So we had one person, you know, next to the, and we had our dowsing rods there crossing right at where this water line was. And he says, you know, and I'm going to put the rebar in here, and I'm going to do this and pound it in, and then I've doused which direction to divert this water vein, and I'm going to hit it with the sledgehammer and whack this rebar several times, and with the intention of moving the water over in this direction. He's taken a long time to describe this whole process, and the people are standing here with the rods crossing, and after a while, one rod opens up, and the next rod opens up, and he's talking away, describing everything, and one of the people says, excuse me, it looks like the water's moved. And he looks over and he sees, you know, no rod, no dowsing rods, and those people walk forward, and it's, oh, it's over here now. And so that day we learned that you can divert underground water just with intention. This guy was so focused on the explanation of what he was doing, walking through it, all the steps, being very detailed, that he was actually moving that underground water vein. Okay? So this is kind of, it's an evolution that took a long time, but I see this happening in the American Society of Dowsers community a lot, that we just keep simplifying and simplifying. We used to do big rebars and you know, hit it with the hammer, and then we discovered we could make drawings on a piece of paper and move the line with intention. And then we discovered we could do it remotely from the next state over, or do it over the telephone with talking with somebody, or et cetera, okay? So I think our abilities are unlimited where we can go, and we have to trust. And of course, we build up the trust by practicing on stuff and seeing results, and that, you know, and you know that whole story. But I think in this world of earth acupuncture, I'm getting into more and more subtle ways of working. I think using the rebars or using the big French coils, all this stuff is like training wheels, learning to ride the bicycle. And once you've learned, you got to take the training wheels off, or you can't make tight turns, or do wheelies, or other fun stuff with the bicycle, right? So to get more advanced, you gotta, you know, trust. I've learned the basics now. You know, take off the training wheels, go to the next step.